Hi friends, how are you all? It's Monday, 1 p.m. Mighty Monday, mighty Monday. Mondays are brilliant at 1 o'clock, and it was just confirmed when we did the show on Friday. I can't remember the lovely lady's name, but she said she would like not as many more workshops with paper and albums. She'd like to see more classes with stamping and painting and things like that. This is the class for you, and it's totally free, which is awesome, right? So in Mighty Mondays we intend on touching on older products where they take a little bit more time, painting, technique based. Sometimes there'll be some folios and little mini projects in there, but it's going to be sort of like touching on products that you might have bought as well. So you're going to get a lovely class today. I know I've been out in the cold, I have a red nose. It's freezing, right? It's absolutely freezing, and I just saw one lady said it's 6 a.m. and cold in Idaho, so welcome everyone. Lovely to have your company. So in these classes, if you're brand new, please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up and share if you can. We always love to share the love of craft regardless, and it's just Stamps by Me's products, but you can use anybody's products, right? You don't have to buy them. If you don't want to, you can just come along for the inspiration too. And everybody's waving at me, so hi everyone. Now I have popped up on screen some of the items that I'm going to be using. I'll pop them up in a second, but I want to just talk about tonight's live at 6 o'clock. You need to come and say hello tonight at 6 o'clock UK time, because I'm going to be touching on some question and answers, touching on other bits and pieces as well, which is super exciting. Oh, Debbie says it's -6 in Michigan. Oh, that I'm sat here with a heater underneath my feet, and it's not as cold as it's been. I think it's 2 degrees today, so we're just not built for the cold. We are rubbish at it, aren't we, here in the UK? Shannon says she's ready for spring. She's over the snow now. She needs it to move along. It's actually, my windscreen wasn't iced over this morning, so it's getting better, but I don't deal with the cold very well. I'm so bad, you know, like in a room, if there's a slight draft, I feel it. It makes my whole body cold, and sometimes I get so cold that I need to get a bath to thaw out. You know, like it doesn't matter how many layers I put on or a hot room I go into. Once I get to a certain coldness, I can't recover unless I get in a bath, and then it sort of like resets my temperature gauge, and then I can sit in and be warm from there on. But if I hit a point where I go freezing, the only way to rectify it is a bath or a shower. It's crazy, right? I'm sure a lot of people are actually the same. We've got Daphne Rogers here. It is -4 in Ottawa in Canada. Crikey. Oh my gosh, you're all making me very cold. Anyway, I've got a hot coffee, so I'm going to get nice and Brucey warm. I hope you have drinks too, and I hope you're all warm, cozy, safe. And just touching all of that, all of the, I mean, we're having -degree temperatures here in the UK and in lots of other places, but then we have the places like Los Angeles that are having these nasty fires, and people are losing their homes. So if anybody's got family members or is being affected by those fires and things like that, please reach out and connect. We are an amazing community, and we always come together when people are in times of need, whether that's fundraising, we've done that quite a lot, or maybe it's just a chat, just to get it off your chest because there's nobody else to talk to, or if you know friends who would appreciate, please just connect and stay together. We have an amazing community. We have the best, oh, I don't even want to get emotional about it, but when it comes to this sort of stuff, we really do look after each other. We really do. So if anybody needs to chat with anybody, if you want to reach out to me personally or any of the girls on the team or in the chat, please do so, and get in our app as well. So we are thinking about those people as well, because I could not even bear to begin to think about even just having a fire that loses a few photographs, let alone the whole building and memories and things. Okay, so putting that aside, we're going to do a little bit of crafting today. Stay warm, stay cozy. Now I'm just going to pop on screen some of the items that I've got in the show. I have reduced the wow blooms, and the reason why I've popped wow blooms in today is because, guys, I've had it in the sale a couple of times but I haven't had the opportunity to actually showcase how good it is. So I think maybe a lot of you have been like, oh, I'm not sure about it, I don't know how the system works. So I'm going to show you in today, because that's what Mighty Mondays is about. And I've also linked our monthly mega deal. I've got a paper pad on there that's half price. There is a new Create Together Club just loaded on there. I'm going to talk about that tonight. And then we have our monthly class too. So I'll just pop it on screen here so you can just see the items. Have a good look at those, guys. As always though, with these shows, you don't have to buy anything. It's not a selling show. It's not a selling session, although I do have to sell to run my business. But this sort of class, the Mighty Monday, is more about sharing the love of craft and touching on items that you've spent your money on and maybe haven't touched yourself or would like to revisit in a different way. And of course you can use your stash as well. So I've just left it on there for a moment or two, and we have a birthday. Let's have a look. Marilyn, happy birthday. 20 degrees and no snow in Minnesota, says Kathy. Oh, 20 degrees sounds lovely. And then we've got Carol McHugh. Hi Tony, hi sweetheart. Melanie Proctor, hi Tony. Brenda Lewis, hi Tony and everyone over on Facebook. So let's get back to me. Let's just pop you on overhead here. Right, so it's this one I'm talking about, guys. Here we go. It's this one I'm talking about, where you get the 4 A6 stamps and then you get the die to cut it, and it's super simple. You can do it all in one pass. So stamp, 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 die cut over it all, and you end up with beautiful watercolor flowers. Now if you did invest in this in the sales show, then you got a treat, didn't you? I have reduced it today to 15 from 40, and the reason why it's 40 is because it's got a big plate die in and it's got 4 stamps in here. But I'm going to show you how the system works, how to make it work, and how easy it is. And then we're going to do a technique as well using acrylic blocks. Now, the techniques that I use today, I have used in the past, but it is nice to revisit, and it is nice to do them with different products as well. So, let's have a look. Anything else? So if you've got any questions, we do say save your questions for tonight at 6, because I'm back tonight at 6 o'clock with you all. And let's just crack on with this show. So I'm going to use this, but I do have the monthly mega deal if you missed that. I know lots of you play catch up with the shows. So this is the monthly mega deal. It's 2 of our lovely all surfaces papers, Daydream and Shades of Blue. That is on as well. And then the other things we're going to talk about tonight. But if you do want to get ahead knowing what you know about Create Together Club, that is on there as well. So Wow Blooms, let's have a look. Let me just have a slurp. Continue to share if you can, guys, that would be wonderful. So I'm just grabbing mine here. So basically when you get it out of the packet, you get the 4 A6 stamps, okay, and then you get your plate die which cuts it all through in one complete pass. Now the way that I like to do this is I just grab some white card, and these stamp sets are numbered, okay, so you just get them in the number order. I love this set, love this set. And it's a go-to for lovely watercolour flowers as well. So we've got number 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 1. And all of the stamps have this cute heart in the centre. That's your line-up positioning. So all you do is line up every heart on each stamp set. Here you see the hearts, and the rest looks after itself. It's really cool, really. So I'm going to use this one. I can't believe that this stamp set is actually clean. Somebody must have cleaned it for me. Probably Becky. Right, so I'm just going to pop, I'll just pop it in the centre here so you can see what I'm doing. So there's a little heart there so you can see. So you can see we have some greenery, we have some flowers, super duper easy. Let's just move this out of the way. Let's get our Eureka. I haven't used, oh, Becky hasn't used hers either. Well, hopefully, this is what Mighty Mondays are all about, right? Encouraging you to get them out and use them. So let's just pop this on here. Just move this over. I don't know why that is so big, that corner piece. I know you all like to see me, but jeepers creepers. Ooh. So I've just got a card blank. I'm just doing it onto a card blank here. So we need some nice colours, right? So let's get some colour. Let's do, shall we do, I mean, you can do your flowers all different. You could do one orange, one blue, one yellow, one pink, whatever you want. It's got some orange, some pink. Shall we do it? Find a green. Got a green here. I like to make them watercolour, so I'm always going to spray with water, but you don't have to. There's options. You can just ink and stamp, or ink, spray and stamp. Okay, so you know what you want to do with yours. So let's pick this one up. And then what I'm going to do is just push this over, look. So you can put the ink onto the stamp with a dauber if you wanted to, you know, like the little finger daubers like these. Let me show you. These if you wanted to. So ink and then put on, I just take the ink pad straight to the stamp. But you know, you have options. You all do your own thing. You all have your way of doing things, right? So let's go the orange. I think I'm going to do orange and pink flower. So up here, you can't see it yet, but I'm going to ink up that orange flower. And then ink up the little orange flower. And then we've got some flower heads, so they can be orange too. And then I'll do the other flower in pink. And we'll just have one pink flower then. And the other two are leaves, so we'll do those in green. Like so. Can't see because my door is so dirty. So on spray bottle, I do it about 3 times, and then I'm just going to push it into this card here. Let the card drink the ink. And this is the start of our wonderful watercolour flowers. Now you see the heart there. I need to ink up that heart, guys, because that's my line up area. So I'm just going to ink it up in pink. We'll stamp the heart. So now I know everyone from here needs to be on that heart there. So I have that lovely detailing. Now I've got a bit of a harsh line in that green. I'm over it already. I like the watercolour. But if you wanted to now, you could just ink up that stamp again and just repeat until you got rid of that line. So that's number 1. Let me just get some tissue to clean this one off. Super easy so far. So let me just put it back on. The carrier sheet here. So that's number 1. Don't know where there it is. Try and keep myself organised. I am pretty good at it, to be fair. So that's number 1, and then number 2. So we'll take number 2. And we're going to line up that heart. So you see the heart here? Put the heart. Forget about everything else, okay? Don't worry about anything else because it looks dodgy. This is why I've put the heart in. So I'm just going to line my stamp up with that heart. Best I can. And the rest is going to look after itself, okay? So I'm going to just make sure my door's clean. We'll pick up the stamp. Now you can go in with a totally different colour. You can use the same colour. I think we'll do, shall we do the pink on the orange? Shall we try that? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? So we'll do pink on this orange. And then shall we do, let's get another colour. I've got this one here. What's this one? Let's see if this one works. So we'll ink up this one. And then, oh, got those there as well. We'll ink up those. And then we've got that flower there as well. So we'll ink up there. And then we've got our greenery. Denise says it looks like everybody's getting it out to play with today. That makes me very happy. That's why I do these shows. I don't want them in the bottom of your drawer, Denise. Hey Denise, I'm so excited for HSN. So excited. I've got 9 products. I have nearly an hour. So I'm going to spray this one. Oh, I don't need to ink up the heart actually because I've already got my heart. So we'll not ink the heart up again. So let's see what this looks like. Push, push, push. Don't worry about this because we're going to die cut it, aren't we? So let's clean that. That looks so good, doesn't it? Literally looks painted. So let's pop this one back. just done with that sheet now? There it is. That's number 2. Let's bring in number 3. Can't wait to see. I know we've got some goodies as well. I think over half of them are brand new. Oh, these. We have the magazine. We have the second magazine. So then the next one is, so I'm just going to line it up with the heart. Don't worry about anything else, just the heart. So now I've got the greenery around the flower, the greenery here, the green there, and then some green there. So this one's all predominantly green. So let's go green. And we'll spray this one. Shannon's been on every day searching for the products. Oh, what you like, guys. Then we have our green. Come on. That is so cool. I know it looks a bit messy here. I'm not overly concerned about it, because I'm going to cut it out. So we'll put this one back. It's great value, this, guys. I think the lowest it's ever been on is 10, and that was in our when we did the celebration discount. So it's on today at 15, so it's $39.99 normally. So if you do like it, you are absolutely getting a steal, which is wonderful. Right, so the next one, I'm just going to line up the heart, and this is where we sort of like add just a little bit of extra detail. So line up the heart best you can. And this is where it adds a little bit of detail to the centre, so you can go yellow. It adds some detail to the leaves. Can you see the sort of like sketchy detail on here? So cool. So this is where it sort of like just gives it that touch of detail. Not too much, because it's a watercolour theme, remember. So I'm going to go yellow in the centres of the flowers. So that's yellow. That's yellow. I'm not sure if that's green or yellow, but it's going to be yellow in this one. That one's yellow in the centre there. And then the rest, I think, is green. Now, I'm going to use a different green, see if we can get a bit of a difference. I've got this one here from Catherine Pooler. Might be a little bit darker, just to give a little bit of difference. So, on all the green bits. But of course you can do them in like different things. So if you wanted to do the yellow bit and stamp the yellow bit, then open it back up and do the green bit and then do the, you can totally do that. But I like how it sort of like blends and bleeds a little bit. It just gives a bit more to the realism of the watercolour. That's just my style. You'll find your own style, guys. Andrea's late. Don't worry, darling. Hi Tony, by the way, when I get that cold, as you were saying, I use my electric throat. I know. Wonderful, isn't it? Isn't it? I have to have those little like blankets. Oh, Pat's been defrosted a fridge. Need ice. I never get surprised, and I talk like I shouldn't be surprised, but you know, I never get bored of my products. I really don't. And if I stopped creating now, I would still have enough products to play with for the rest of my life and still get so much enjoyment out of it. So let's pop this one away. So that's all 4 stamps. Super easy, right? Where's my sheet? Oh, there it is. So there's all 4 stamps. So now what we're going to do is, because it's a card, I'm just going to tear this away. Tidy up a little bit, Tony. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my die cutting machine. That's a bit of a sneak peek for you all there. Me doing my demos for HSN. Just Stop, she says, stop teasing, stop teasing. So I'm going to take the die here, and as you can see, look at this, no individuals, no faffing, line it up. You can tape it down if you want. I haven't got any tape, I don't think. Oh yeah, I better tape it down because it's a little bit wet. So pop it round when you're happy you've got it in the right place. Oh, that was Becky sneezing. Bless her. And then we'll run this one through. Oh, Daphne, that's a great question, sweetheart. I have inquired about the price of bigger ones, but obviously, as you all know, it's coming up to Chinese New Year, so trying to get a conversation going with suppliers is a little bit problematic because they're all inundated with trying to get ahead. So as soon as I get a reply though, I'll let you know. I always like to know a price first before I commit to anything. I'm not doing anything until I absolutely know the price. Oh, great to die cut. Yeah, I know, absolutely wonderful, right? So I'm just going to pop this out, take this sticky tape off here, and then look, get the most awesome. So rather than traditional die cuts and flowers, we get one that's got sort of some detail but really does look like watercolor. So cool, so cool. So I would probably do, if you're doing like a big card, maybe do stamp 1 on 4 pieces, then stamp 2, 3. So if you're making 1 card, you might as well make 4. You've got the stamp stuck to your door, you've got the ink, so, and then die cut all 4 and then have a big bunch of them ready to go. So no point just getting your stash out to just do it once, right? If you're doing it once, get an extra piece of card, at the very least do it twice, and then you've got backup if you need to do another card. So there's all of my pieces, which are nice, fancy. So what we're going to do now is I have a card blank, just a little one, and I have an acrylic block. Now this is the only one I could find, and I don't have much grace or grip because it's super thin. These were for our soulful stamps, that they were tiny stamps, but I'm going to attempt to use it anyway. So a little bit of a background trick for you all here. I've done it multiple times before, but it does look really effective, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use an acrylic block to create a nice background. So I'm going to take the block, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up the block. So we'll do, because we've got some pinks and oranges in here, and then maybe this one, pinks, let's do a little bit darker. So we'll go orange into pink, into purple, into teal. Let's do that. Oops, excuse me, let's do that. Okay, so you start with the orange, and then you just ink up the block. So you start at the top like so, and then you go into your pink. So you don't have to touch the ink pads if you don't want to contaminate. And then I think I'm going to go teal into purple just to separate the pink, like so, and then into this one. And then if you wanted to, you can then get a brush, like just a blending brush, and you can sort of like tap it together a little bit just to stop it from having that space in between. When you spray it with water, it will blend anyway, but just in case, because I'm actually just using a card blank, I'm not using watercolor card or anything. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the block and I'm going to spray it with water. And I would probably give it a good old saturation so it looks like this. Can we see that? So it sort of like bobbles. And then I'm just going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to try and create a nice panel on the back of this card. So I'm just going to line it up here. in the hope we get a nice background. Now I'm going to leave a little space at the top and a bigger space at the bottom. Okay, so let's pop it down there, and then when you blend and push and move that colour around with your finger, give it a chance to just bleed together like so. Just hold it in place and just let that ink do the talking really, and let the card drink the ink too. Denise says she's going to make lots of these this afternoon. I tell you what does look nice, Denise, in like greys. So if you do like, if you've got a nice dark grey ink pad, do the first layer light and then the same ink pad a little bit, press on a little bit harder, so you get grayscale flowers as well. That looks really cool. So I can see now I'm pretty alright with that now. Can you just see that little bit there? It's still drinking it a little bit. And then without making a hash or a mess, you can lift it up and you end up with a nice background, which is quite cool, right? Do we like that? Just a little bit of a different way to get a background on your card, really. And then we can just dry this. You know, guys, all of your, you know, your reflection stamps. Reflection stamps look brilliant just stamped in here, you know, the ones that you got in your advent calendar, the kites, the safari animals, whatever it may be, it's like, looks like an African sunset. So you really can be playful with colour on the blocks and get these sort of like cute backgrounds. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do like a little thank you card for somebody today. This is why I'm doing this lovely card. I'm just going to build a cute bouquet here. Now I do need a sentiment. The stamp sets for Wild Blooms don't have any sentiments in there, so you are going to have to source or gather one from another set, guys. So I'm going to build this composition. I'm just going to grab, hopefully I've got some pads. I've got some pads, one stuck to my finger, and so I'm going to use one of my washi tape ones because it's what I've got to hand. So prayers and hugs, that's nice. So I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to cut my pads a little bit thinner. Oopsie daisy, take the backing off, Tony. So I've got two pads there. So I've got prayers and hugs. Now you can do it like it's in between, like so you connect the colour with the white, or you could just do it a little bit lower. I think a little bit lower will be nice because it sort of like gives that nice definition and enhances that sort of jaded line there. So prayers and hugs for that one. And then let's see what our compositions. Now you could just use a few, you don't have to use them all, they're just pretty just as independents, but let's just see if we can just create a little bit of composition. I think I'm happy with that one. I'll tuck that one underneath there. So what I'll do is I'll pop these two flat. Hopefully my glue's going to work. It's been in this cold room. Not going to stick them down, because I need to get my composition right. Just pop a little bit of glue up there. Just sort of like manipulate, oh, till it's stuck. Manipulate the petals and leaves, you know, if you wanted a little bit of dimension, not too much, but just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Let's pop that on there. So you don't have to use all of the elements, just make sure when you've got all your kit out, if you're doing one, do 3, yeah, or 2 at the very least. Got all your ink pads out, you might as well do a few. And there we have, just a cute little card. Now, you could, if you wanted to, take a gel pen and add a wonky line across there, add some stitch detail if you wanted to. I quite like the simplicity of that. It looks a bit wonky actually, but obviously the technique is there for you to run away with it if you want to and just create. That's I feel like too much now, but you could cut that down and have it half in and half out. Maybe I'm gonna leave it. So that's it. That's quite a nice card, that, and it turned out, and I've mimicked the colours in the back, which you can do yourselves on here, but you could do a totally grayscale, like really dark grey ink pad, and make it lighter as you go down, spray it, and then you'll end up with like a misty sort of effect on there. So there we go, very pretty and cheery. It is, isn't it? Very vibrating, vibrant and uplifting. Totally is. So there we go. So the item that I used is this one. Hopefully you've got it. If you haven't, it is available. I'll show you here. And don't forget there is Berry Fresh on there as well, which is that 12 by 12 paper, which is a great deal of £10 too. Okay, so there we go. Did we enjoy that? Short one today actually. I am back with you tonight at 6 o'clock with some other bits and pieces as well to talk through. So I hope that's okay. So please don't forget to share. If you do make this card, make sure you share it in our Eureka fan page. And I will see you all tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go have some dinner now. I'm starving. Absolutely starving. I will see you all later, guys. Take care. Bye.